Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing something pretty dumb. 10,000 calories in, 10,000 calories out. 24 hours, 4 days worth of calories, maybe 2 weeks worth of exercise. Can a regular guy like me, someone who is not a full-time YouTuber, pull off what these guys couldn't? The challenge is 10,000 calories in, 10,000 calories out. Very straightforward. You must eat 10,000 calories and you must exercise until you hit 10,000 calories on the same day. It starts at midnight, ends at midnight. Simple, right? I'm pretty sure it's going to be tough, but a challenge wouldn't be a challenge if it was easy. Before we go any further, I must highlight that it's not a level playing field. These guys are full-time YouTubers. First thing that they have that I don't have is, and the most precious of resources, is time. No amount of money can buy a second of time.
No amount of money ever bought a second of time.
I have to take a day off work. I've had to take 2 days off work. I had to make sure Holly, my wife, has everything she needs for the kids, and that she can survive while I do this stupid thing. The second thing that they have that I don't have is home gym equipment. I don't have a single piece of home gym equipment. So, I mean, I know Mark's got a really plush man cave. I know Will Tennyson, he's got this little home gym. He starts his video in it, in fact, where they literally can just do it, roll into bed, roll out of bed and do it. They have such cool gadgets. It's very envious of it. I'm very jealous of them. That, you know, the stuff they have is fantastic, but I don't have that. For this particular challenge, I'm going to have to get outside and source this stuff myself. Now, when I was conceiving this idea in my brain, I hadn't factored that the only day within 3 months that I could potentially do this, the only day that I could actually free up and have everything available to me, happens to be in a week of insane weather.
These temperatures coming in at the very best, I'd say 27 to 29 degrees Celsius, and pleasantly warm along the east coast.
Tomorrow is looking like it's going to be baking. It's baking today. It was baking yesterday, and it's going to be baking tomorrow. So yeah, there's those three handicaps are going to make it a little bit tougher. But I've got a few ideas. I've got a few surprises coming up, a few twists. Let's talk some strategy. Food. All manners of food here. None of them massively in my normal diet. All selected for their calorie content alone. A few things, a few secret weapons on this table. Let me just run you through something that makes the maths real easy for this challenge. Oreos, 50 calories a cookie, 600 calories. Amazing. 2 of those packets, which is very easily done, 1200 calories. And this bag of peanuts, what we're looking at, 13, 14, 1500 calories in this bag. Again, I could eat those during an episode of Stranger Things, no problem.
Have already lost.
So that is it. My food is ready. I'm going to go inside now and pack my drinks bag and my change of clothes, make sure that everything is ready for tonight. I've been told that I'm going to have to sleep in the spare room so I don't disturb my wife getting up at silly hours, back in bed at silly hours. Hopefully I won't disturb the dog or the children, and I can just crack on and get this day done. And this challenge starts. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Watch is going. It is officially midnight. I now have a date with the darkness. Okay, so first challenge of the day is to get out the front door. Now the problem is my cul-de-sac has energy saving lights on, so everything's gone off. I haven't really got a head torch, so I hope it's not the whole village. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm having to run on the road. See, there's the one light.
Yeah, village is pretty quiet this time of night. So, apart from the naughty boys. Oh, cheers folks. So that's 8.25 miles, 4 laps of the village in the pitch black. A bit longer than I was hoping to be out for, but I couldn't see where I was going, so my pace had to be slower. But I needed slow anyway, so it probably slowed me down for the good. About 950 calories on this watch, but my calories should continue to tick up. So now I just got to get in there without waking the damn dog up, all the kids, and eat that 1,000 calories that I made earlier. This would kill you, dog. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. So in less time than it takes me to run a mile, 1,000 calories done. See you in the morning. Just gone 5 in the morning, jumped out of bed, still in my running kit, new top on, got batshit the crazy dog, and we're going to go for a little jog. Come on, Nada, let's go, let's go. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? Go on, go on. It's 10 to 6, dog's been walked, 10.5 miles for the day already. 6 AM and I'm at my gym. Let it begin. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go on is the bike, 30 minutes.
In addition to wearing not one but 2 Garmin watches to track my activities, I kept a calorie diary. Most importantly, this was responsible for documenting the food that I'd consumed and the snacks that I was nibbling on. During those first couple of hours I spent quite a lot of it on the ski, the row and the bike. I even experimented with doing some intervals on the skipping rope. These burned quite a lot of calories but could not sustain it for very long. In the end, I went outside and did some sledgehammers and gave me the first opportunity to play some MC Hammer in this video.
So, been in the gym for 2 hours, got here at 6 o'clock. And it was crazy busy here for 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been cycling through CV kit. The key is not to go on one kit for too long, if that makes sense. Like, I spent half an hour on the bike and my bum started to get sore. So we are in the 8 hours and 16 minutes into tracking and I'm on 3,242 calories. My food's running a little bit behind, so I've been snacking on some peanuts and some Oreos. But that'll take a massive jump forward when I go to McDonald's shortly. We were just trying to catch up for that time that I was asleep. So once I sort of pass that point, hopefully we're on track to hit 5,000 before midday. And then I want to try and get the bulk of it done in the afternoon. Anyway, this bike will not ride itself. The gym is now completely emptied out. It's mine now. Right then, gang, so I've just spent the last 3 hours in the gym doing various cardio stuff. Try not to stay on any one thing too long as to not wear that body part out. I'm very conscious that I'm going to blow my legs, and they're the things that I'm going to need at the end, definitely. But right now I've put all my gym equipment away. I put my bag, everything in the car. I've packed a very light bag with just my phone, my key, my wallet and my GoPro, and I'm going to go 2 towns over to the nearest McDonald's, where I'm going to have a hearty breakfast. Like the hard bits. Burning the calories is by far the most difficult thing. That is not a surprise. The calories just seem to be taking so much longer to burn in the gym than they do when running. Obviously I can't sustain running for the amount of time I need, so I need to lean on other parts of my body to top up what my legs can't do. They probably could do it, but it would wreck me. So it's just gone 9 and the sun and the heat are already at the point where it's making running uncomfortable. Well, difficult, more like it's compounded by the fact that I've been exercising for 9.5 hours. I'm starting to question my mental integrity for doing challenges not only like this one, but on days like this one. See, there's a reason that I've come to McDonald's, because they're all over the place, and there was one just over 5k from the gym. They print all of their calories on their products and publish them on the website, so all I need to do is remember what I've had and I can add it to my diary when I get back to the gym. It now suddenly looks like an enormous amount of food. The thing is, about when you're hot and exercise, you're not necessarily hungry. But okay, so just left McDonald's for my 1350 calorie breakfast. I feel stuffed, absolutely stuffed. Yeah, now I've just got to get back to the gym. We are just past 4,000 calories in the day. It is about 10. So I earn a few getting back to the gym, and maybe enough at the gym to get me to the 5,000 point by 12, which has been sort of a goal of mine. Alright, just taking a moment in the shade. I'm going to try and explain to you why I am gauging my entire day off this one watch, this one number. There's something known as the total daily energy expenditure. It is the number that is attributed to how many calories you burn on any given day, and it fluctuates depending on who you are, what you do, how you exercise, all of it. And it's made up of 4 components. The first component, the base component, probably the most important component, is the BMR, the basal metabolic rate, and this is your life support system. These are the exact amount of calories that your body needs to survive in its resting state. So think horizontal, lying down all day. These are the amount of calories you would need to survive for all your major functions to carry on. Now, sitting above that is what's known as NEAT. It's an acronym, NEAT, and that's non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Now all that means is everything else you do on any given day, go to work, play with the kids, walking around, walk the dog, unintentional exercise, moving around, these all burn calories. It requires energy from your body, so it's known as the NEAT. Sitting above that is the EAT. Ironically acronymed, it is the exercise activity thermogenesis, and that's where you intentionally exercise. It's where you go to the gym and where you go for a run and you add calories to your daily amount. And then lastly, there is the energy that is burned while you're consuming food. So right now, after that McDonald's, my body is going to town on all of that. I just thought I'd explain the reason that this is good, and not just adding up all of these different activities and exercises I'm doing, is that this includes all of those 4 things as we go. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so walking back from McDonald's, and you may ask why. Well, basically an enormous amount of food, and I can feel it in my belly until it's gone down a little bit. Just a brisk walk, still burning calories, still on track. So, after my trip to McDonald's in the baking sun, I'm now back at the gym. I'm looking for low impact stuff now. 3 hours of just quite continuous cardio work. It's I think I'm going to jump back on the rower for a little bit just to get my eye back in, and then have a look around, see what else is available. Okay, I'm going back in now. Okay, going back on that now. Okay, so we're approaching halfway in both time and calories. I'm noticing one of the more efficient bits of equipment is the bike erg, just the standard exercise bike. The problem is, I did 30 minutes on it earlier, and I don't think my bottom is ready to have another go just yet. But fortunately for me, I packed into my bag the padded shorts. Now these are a bit of a secret weapon. Obviously anyone who rides a bike wears padded shorts. But I generally only crack these out when I'm berated into going on a bike ride. But eventually they only delay the inevitable. Your bum still gets sore. It's a lack of conditioning that's the problem, not the lack of padding. So yeah, I've got 4,750 to find. Better get on with it.
After rotating through the cardio kit, the row, the ski and the bike for what felt like the 15th time that day, I retreated to the AstroTurf and proceeded to pull and push the sleds up and down. I supersetted these with bouts of farmer's carry. I even ended up back outside in the sunshine doing more sledgehammers. Now this got my heart rate up, got me out in the sun, but most importantly it gave me a gratuitous excuse to put some more MC Hammer in this video.
Hammer time!
After that I did some battle ropes, experimented with some burpees, but after about 20 minutes of doing that I thought, these are the shittest thing in the world, I'm off to McDonald's.
Howdy gang, I am just leaving my gym. This time I am taking the car. Why? Because it says it's 30 degrees outside and I don't fancy another 10k to McDonald's, which is where we're going. Now, I can't say that I'm hungry right now. I mean, why would I be hungry? Absolutely no reason to be hungry right now. I already have about 3,000 to 4,000 calories inside me, which is really making me feel full. I mean, like a Christmas dinner level stuffed. Okay, I am satiated, I think is the word. So, back in McDonald's again for lunch. I absolutely do not feel like eating whatever's about to come. Man, to think that you could do potentially a really fast 5k park run and 4 bourbon biscuits would completely erase those calories, completely undo all that effort. Mad. Part of this exercise, part of this day, part of this challenge is to highlight the massive gap between the calories you consume and the effort required to burn those same calories off you. And I'm feeling that right now. We're 5,800 calories in. I'm about to get delivered 2,000 more.
Get in my belly!
I've just come out of McDonald's and parked the car up and gone for a little run. I'm here in this particular location because I'm waiting for someone to come home from work, someone I want to pay a visit. Sooner or later, if you're in running circles or fitness circles, sooner or later you will bump into a triathlete nut job. I know one such nut job, lovely fella by the name of Graham, and we're going to be paying him a visit very shortly. These guys are Barney, but they're also some of the fittest endurance athletes in the world. To be able to tie together a 100-kilometre bike ride, a marathon, and miles of swimming in open water, do it back to back and against the clock. Yeah, rough and stick thin, rapid across all disciplines, and make you feel generally quite slow and fat.
Come on in.
Right.
You're all right.
So, we are now at Graham's house. This is Graham. Alright, Graham.
Hello.
He has very generously offered his pool house, which he calls it, which is an endless pool, which if you've never seen one, I'll go show you what it is now. So he's got this nice little room, and inside the room you've got a giant bath. This is Graham's endless pool, a fantastic piece of kit. The general premise is that a jet of water is propelled out of one end over the swimmer to simulate swimming in actual water. Now, at this point, I should really have been strapped to the bungees behind me to anchor me in position, instead of swimming directly into the jet mechanism. Graham soon spotted this and promptly corrected it, and I was swimming in front crawl before long. A couple of nights ago, I had watched Aquaman 2 and was feeling particularly inspired to swim well, but decided in the last minute just to pretend for Graham's sake to be absolutely shit at it, so he wouldn't confuse me with Jason Momoa. Now in the end I swam for 2-minute increments and about 45 minutes in total on and off. In the end I noticed that I was lacking calories on my watch, and I think that was down to the heart rate monitor not getting on well in the water. I bet Jason Momoa didn't have to deal with this shit.
He's not alright.
We're in hour 17. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Right, so. Ooh, oh, he's got a treadmill too. If he wants to punish me further, he can. Right, so we'll sit on this, which is connected to that. I assume something comes up on the TV, does it?
Yep, so you got the Zwift will be on
Zwift
the computer to go onto the screen.
Oh, that looks dead and painful, mate.
Yeah.
Have you got one that's about 4 times as big?
No.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, there isn't enough padding in my shorts. Oh no.
And then you'll go 2 minutes at 100 watts.
Yeah.
So this machine will keep you at 100 watts.
Yeah.
No matter whether you pedal slow or whether you pedal fast.
Right.
But it's all about you pedaling smoothly.
Got ya.
Yeah. So
Smooth.
Don't ramp up really quickly
No.
to make it easy. Just keep pedaling. If you watch your RPM, you really want your RPM to stay around the 90 RPM.
Okay.
If you can. That's a back to 10. Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
I need a break in a sec.
Keep going. You've got. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry.
Malfunction.
Is he broke?
No.
Okay guys, let me give you just a little bit of reasoning, a little bit of context as to why I seem a little bit shit on a bike. I'm not a cyclist. I don't own Zwift. I have an actual bicycle, but it's in the garden and the tyres are flat, comes out once a year. Now at this point in this day, I'd already spent over 2.5 hours on various gym bikes. My bum was already sore. So imagine my dismay when Graham presents to me the world's thinnest, the world's most microscopically razor-sharp saddle that I'd ever seen in my entire life. Now, at the end of this ride, I could barely get off the bike, and I walked away with something of a waddle.
So, the precarious position I find myself is I have about 5.5 hours left. Maybe not even that. And I have 2,500 calories to find. Now while I'm chasing them, I'm not eating the calories on the other end. Now, pretty sure if I had 20 minutes to midnight, I reckon I could polish off a couple of thousand calories or something. It's still on. If I ran for 2 hours now, oh man, 2 hours. 2 hours. I've booked in with my friend James. They're going to come run with me for an hour. I guess if that's done, it's going to seem a lot closer at that point. If I resign to go into a gym, the calories are just going to be slower to burn. So I think if I'm to do this before it gets dark, I need to run for pretty much 2 hours. Even if it's stop-start, it's more efficient than rowing or biking. Had my fill of all those things today. So I'm at 8200 calories and some. The last sort of 10k I've been joined by James and Ella, which was really nice. James, he even joined me in the gym at 6 AM. He didn't do much, but he showed up. I was on the camera. Be about 30 miles by the end. Oh god, oh god. On my mouth, okay. Just saw my feet out. I've had to put my sexy Vaseline on. There we go. For the last 1600 calories. Not sure I'm going to make it, but I can give it my best go. Else I'm going to be doing star jumps till midnight. I don't want to be doing star jumps till midnight. We're about to pass 1500 to go, so there's 8500 on the watch. I'm now joined by Nathan. I've got rid of James and Ella after about 8 miles, so down. But company is appreciated. So, just coming up on 8,800 calories, not far off the big 9,000, at which point the game changes and we're down to triple digits. Yeah, buddy. Though, it is now a race against the sun. So that's just north of 9,000 calories. Running out of steam. Running out of time, running out of light. Pretty confident the calories will get burned before the cut-off, but I'd like to get home to top up my calorie intake. Pretty sure I can. So, running out of light, running out of time. Still got, although I'm below 1,000 now, still quite a lot left to find. I could probably afford an hour's worth of effort now, but ultimately I think I'm going to end up doing laps here. I don't want to head home until I'm nearly there. So just past 9,900 calories, so 100 calories to go, which is about 4 runs that we've been doing here, and I can scoff a few things and go to bed. Nearly there, nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Boom. That's how we do. That is how we do. So, I've just finished 10,000 calories in a day from midnight to midnight. I've also eaten the best part of 10,000 calories. I'm busily scoffing some peanuts. I get the majority of these down me. It's 1,500 calories, and the last I need to finish the challenge. So I'm going to eat them before I head home. When I head home, I'm just going to go to bed because I am toast. unbelievable day. I will save the rest of the breakdown for the post recovery chat to camera. So alright, I'll see you in a bit. Bye. What a day that was. No amount of explaining to you how hard of a day that was would do it justice. That day wrecked me. It is now 1 week, one entire week since I did the 10,000 calorie challenge. And that's for a couple of reasons: availability to do the follow-up videos and the edit, children, family, dogs, etc. But also the post-traumatic stress of doing it. The bottom line, it was a success. I completed the 10,000 calorie challenge. Did it go to plan? Did it? This video was always going to highlight the disproportionate relationship between how easy and quickly calories are to consume versus how long it takes and how much effort is involved to burn those same calories off. For example, a marathon burns about 2,600 calories. That's quite easily manageable in a pizza. It's quite easily manageable in a takeaway curry or a Chinese takeaway. All of these things can easily surpass that amount of effort. In my particular video, I probably spent less than an hour eating, but I spent in excess of 18 hours trying to burn those same calories off. It is that big of a relationship difference. Now, in Mark Lewis's video, he made reference to the parkrun cake and coffee phenomenon. And now this is something I'm going to reference too. People will often go to parkrun with the intention of burning some calories to keep fit. However, there is now the culture surrounding parkrun whereby people will go and have a breakfast or a cake and a coffee right afterwards. The problem is a parkrun will only generate about 300 calories. The problem is when you go and have a piece of cake that's say 280 calories and a coffee that's got 100 calories or a breakfast that's got 500, 600 calories in it, you can see how you've already slipped into surplus. The hardest part of the actual day for me was the end. What I had not factored in, it was the last sort of 2,000 calories being as hard as they were. Now after 7.5 hours in the gym and 22 miles run, 2 hours in Graham's pain cave, I found myself at about 2,000 to 1,500 calories left to burn, with about 4 hours left. The problem was I was tired. I didn't want to have to go back to the gym because I felt those calories were just inefficient at this point. So in the end, I retreated to what I know best, and that is running. I know that when push comes to shove, I can run and grind it out. I was already quite tired, but at that point I started an 8.5 mile run and then backed that up with a 16 mile run. In the end, I ran 24 miles after doing all of that other stuff. I didn't foresee it going that way. It's just what was required of me in the end. Challenge itself lends itself to those who have trained for a while on cardio and endurance events. Now, this could be cycling, swimming, running, any kind of obstacle course racing, as long as it's enduring, as long as it's over many hours. If you're good at that stuff, if you can just go and go and go, this challenge is for you. But it is not necessarily geared toward the gym bro. Those guys who have spent a long time getting buff and telling people they don't need to exercise cardio, they're not going to do so well. Walking for 30 minutes slightly uphill a day is not going to prepare you for an 18-hour elevated heart rate marathon, all right? We are talking 4 marathons worth of calories. That's what you are essentially doing on a day like this. Would I do this challenge again? Absolutely not. Would I recommend it to other people? Well, yes and no. If you are one of these people that's scoffing at this video going, oh, eating 10,000 calories is easy, oh, exercising 10,000 calories is easy, you have a go. Film it all yourself, sort it out all yourself. I am looking forward to watching that video. To everyone else who is just casually fit or looking after themselves, I wouldn't recommend putting yourself through this. I had fully anticipated
finishing this video how I'd started. I wanted to be on that sofa around midnight with the dog, eating some food and talking to camera. The problem is I was in such a frail, knackered state as I walked into the house that I could not for a second conceive walking into the living room. An excitable Labrador would have floored me. She'd have just taken that opportunity to lick all the sweat off my face, get revenge from earlier when I didn't give her any breakfast, and in that moment would elevate herself as the alpha of the house. Okay then, I don't think I've got anything else to say. It was a tough day, it was a tough challenge, but we got it done. Thank you for watching. Please give the channel a subscribe on your way out the door, and I will see you in my next video. Mart out.